Hello, how's everyone doing today? Today we're going to talk about contouring. What products to use, where to put it, what does it even do? So let's get started. Quick reference to my eye makeup and my lippy today. I love wearing black and white. I don't know why, it just makes it so much more fun to do a pop of color. And I often find that when I wear black and white, or even just black, I don't think I've ever worn just white besides my wedding day. Even then it was ivory, not just white. Is that I feel like I have to do a bolder color. Otherwise I just look like, it's no fun really. So lilac lacquer today. I did 1 layer of lilac lacquer and 2 layers of pop art pink, just to kind of pink it up a little bit. And then I used Desert Rose lip gloss. I only have 1 of those limited edition guys left. Gotta put it back in my holding spot. What do y'all think of my cute little polka dotty bow? If you can see up there on the corner, polka dots is part of my branding, as is purple and those holographic clips. Purple has almost always been my favorite color, and I love rose gold as well, because I've transitioned from wearing only silver jewelry to now, for a long time, I only wear gold. You know when that happened? When I used to wear pink pewter headbands all the time. I don't know if I did many videos back then when I did that, but I kind of figured out that I look really good in gold jewelry. So I do like to mix it up, and rose gold is kind of like halfway in between, right? Right. All right, let's get started. So my makeup looks just fine. I've done my foundation, I did my eyebrows, I did my eye look, and I put lipstick on. You know, that's good. But how do you take it one step further? What does contouring actually do? First of all, it adds a little bit of dimension to my face. So I have an oval shaped face. Okay. They say that not the most beautiful, but everyone's goal is to kind of make their face more rounded, or whatever. But when I carry weight right here. So what contouring does for me, especially when I'm taking photos, is it adds a little bit of curve to my face. It's kind of like wearing a belt on a dress that's a little the wrong shape. Hi, Sarah. See you soon. It's kind of, we're wearing a pointed toe shoe when you are feeling short in a pair of pants. Do you guys call them slacks or dress pants? That's a great little, my my niece and I were talking about it the other day, because she said, I don't own a pair of slacks. I'm like, slacks? And I started laughing because that's what her mom calls them all the time. And truthfully, I find like I have never called my dress pants slacks ever. I know that that's probably exactly what they are. I just find it hilarious that my 20-year-old niece calls them slacks. I thought that was funny. Sorry, Shy, to call you out there, but we had a good laugh about it. She's like, what? Isn't that what they're called? I'm like, I don't know. I call them dress pants. Maybe that's just me. Anyway. Okay, so contouring. Yeah, my Nana calls them slacks. I know, right? Whatever. My mother-in-law is very Polish, and although she speaks really great English, sometimes it can be broken. So I would assume that she probably calls them slacks, and it's not a wrong word. It's just kind of a very proper word that I find, I don't know, I just don't call them that. So I just thought it was kind of funny. I was making fun of her a little bit, but I'm very close to Cheyenne, so I feel like I'm okay to do that and just kind of poke fun at her a little bit. Okay, so contouring, when you put something kind of like wearing black clothes, black or dark things disguise areas, okay? It pushes it to the background. And when you put something light, like white based, shiny or shimmery, it usually brings it into focus, and it brings that to the foreground. It brings it forward, and then the darker stuff will sit back here. So that is why we like to highlight underneath our eyes in a triangle, because our eyes generally speaking, should be the focus of our face. That's the window to your soul is through your eyes. Especially for me, my eyes are hands down my favorite feature. If you've seen some of my other posts, I have green eyes. And it's a very, 2%? Is that what I posted, Sarah? 2% of the world's population has green eyes. And so they are absolutely my favorite feature. And depending on what colors I'm wearing on my eyes and on the top here closest to my face, my eyes look greener. They don't really ever change color, but sometimes they're more vivid. And that's what I want people to see. So that's why we put highlighter around our eyes. So part of that kind of scheme is to do the contouring. Now you can do contouring. You can think of it kind of like blush, a little bit more dramatic blush. You could always use the products that you use as blush as more of a tongue contour. Contour generally is going to be like a neutral shade, not shimmery. It's going to be a matte shade. And in the past, I've used things like our Mocha Java ShadowSense. So this one is a little lighter brown. If you're new to contouring and you want to practice it a little bit, this is a good color to use because it's not too crazy. You can be, a little goes a long way, and you can really build up the color until you're more confident in putting it on. Then for a while, I was using Coffee foundation, and it's kind of scary at first because look at how dark it is. Now our foundations color correct a few shades up and down, so it actually doesn't stay that color, and our foundation is very smooth and creamy and easy to blend. So it's actually a really nice one to use. Then we came out with a third and the darkest color of concealer. Sarah says the deep concealer is awesome if you're really going for it. Yes, agreed. So the deep color correcting tinted moisturizer is now my favorite product to use. The consistency of it is it's kind of in between the foundation and in between the shadow. The shadow, when you're doing it, depending on how far into the tube you are, the consistency is a little thicker and it's a little harder to blend. It also, for people who have super dry skin, and I experience this when I doing makeovers with people, is that their skin tends to be really dry right there, and then our skin just kind of sucks in the shadow very quickly, and then I didn't have time to blend before it dried. So I do find that the deep color correcting tinted moisturizer is the best one for me to use. Now, of course, if you are someone who, if you're Hispanic or something like that, you have a more medium skin tone, this isn't going to be dark enough for you for a contour, okay? So I'm going to speak directly to the fairer folk that are closer to my color, that this kind of shade would be better for you, okay? For the people who are more medium skin tone, you're going to want to go into the darker foundations. Now, we have 16 different colors of foundation, and it ranges from see-through white to very, very dark, okay? So we make foundation for every skin color that there is. We have a large variety, and if we can't find one for our colors and products are very customizable, and we just find a mixture that works best for you, okay? Because if you know, the basic color wheel, if you mix white into something, it makes it lighter. If you mix black or dark brown into something, it makes it darker, right? Like I mix white into my foundation to make more white, to match my white. That's what I do. Okay. So where exactly do you put it? So we know that blush goes here. You know, we've all learned that trick where you smile and you put it on the apples of your cheeks. Blush is actually supposed to you're supposed to add color in the area that your skin would naturally look flushed if you were to blush. Okay, so that is generally here for me, being the whitey that I am. Man, when I turn red, my whole face is red. But you kind of want to I find that adding blush adds like a nice, very feminine glow. Okay, so if you guys aren't wearing blush, regardless of you're wearing contour and highlight and all of that, try adding it. It just, I don't know, it makes you feel very light and airy. It makes you feel very feminine and sexy. It just is very soft and alluring, I'm gonna say. So if you are someone that likes to add a little, I don't know, I like to wear makeup because it makes me feel good. And if I feel good about myself, then my day is so much better, right? I don't know about you guys. That's just me. I posted something to my stories on my personal page earlier that like my me time is for your protection or something like that. You'll have to go look at my stories to see it. So contour you put underneath your cheekbone, okay? And generally, doesn't matter which face shape you are, you want to kind of put it in an slanted upwards, not straight across, because we're always, what does age do to us? And gravity, it makes everything saggy and turned down. If we want to look more youthful and bright, we want to point things upward, because it makes us look younger. So we're going to use contouring to manipulate the shape of our face, and it's going to make you look a little bit thinner. So if you ever look at pictures of yourself, like I used to look at pictures of myself and be like, that is not what I see in the mirror. It was a really, really sobering thing for me. I never liked having my picture taken. And now if you guys follow my page, I take pictures of myself all the time. Don't get me wrong. I take probably 15 of them and you see the best one. So I was actually going on my phone yesterday. I have over 8,000 pictures on my phone, and I had done a product knowledge video for my team. And when you do a Facebook Live video, you have the option to save it so that you can post it elsewhere. And I had intended to post it in a couple other team pages that I'm a part of because product knowledge is something that I really like. And my upline asked me to post it. And then we have like a raw empowering ladies group that we have, and I wanted to post it there as well. Well, wouldn't you know it, I don't have enough room on my phone. So I'm looking through my pictures. It says I have over 8,000 pictures, and then I have like 647 videos or something. It's time to clean out my phone. So I think I'm going to have to get a bottle of wine, sit down, and really focus on it. I'm also going to be at a market tomorrow at the West End Christian Reformed Church. So it's on, I think the address is 10015 149th Street. So feel free to visit me there. Get some lip sense. I'll probably offer a show special of some kind. So it's free to enter. So come on down and see me there. If it's slow, that's what I'll be doing, is taking photos off of my phone. Okay, so a good trick. If you don't know where your cheekbone is, do you see kind of this little like dimple that I have? So if you are thinner than me and a different face shape, and when you go like this, if your cheeks hollow out significantly, that's great. I'm happy for you. You'll be able to figure out where the hollows of your cheeks are, because that is where you want to put your contour. But as you can see, when I do this, it doesn't change too much. And I really have to do the fishy lips to get it. Right there. Another way to do it is to take a brush of some sort or something that has a handle. You could use a pencil. So if you go up by your eye here and then you roll this down, you'll see that kind of a high point, that's your cheekbone. So if you really push it in, it kind of dips down, right? And then when I roll it up, it's high. I'm really pushing hard on this pencil and it's not going anywhere because that's my bone right there. And if I keep rolling it down and I push in, my pencil goes in. That is where you want to put your contour. Now remember to tilt it up kind of to the corner of your ear, and that's the angle of which you're going to put it. Now you're also going to make sure, use this cool spatula thing, that you don't put it any further in than your pupil, because that's where your blush is going to be, right? Even your iris. You kind of have to play around with what you like better. So you're going to put it right there on that line. And then you're going to kind of blend it upwards this way. You're not going to go down that way. You want that to stay your skin color. And you're going to bring it to about there. We're going to put blush on after and blend it in, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so that's exactly where you're going to do it. Take a little snapshot, take a screenshot. Sarah, let me see. Could you do me a favor, girlfriend, and take a picture, a screenshot without comments of me like this? Hopefully she's paying attention. I should smile. So that's where you're going to put your contours, right there. Did we get it? Hopefully. If not, then I'll have to go back and do a screen recording. Okay, so let's get started with actually applying it. So depending on the product that you use, 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Okay, that's fine. I don't have to be smiling. That's fine. That's what photo editing is for. Okay. Comments are covering my face. So I'm going to remove comments so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to use the Deep Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer because that's the one that I like. Now, I've told you guys before that I use different brushes for different things, and that is mostly because I don't like to clean them every time I use them. So this is my vat of brushes. Now I use a different brush for everything, for different stuff. And then I have probably 12 of those smaller ones in there that I don't really use for anything, just kind of randos. The kind of toothbrush style brushes. Some people really like those ones. Now, if you guys see makeup tutorials and they're putting like a whole bunch of light and dark and like you're thinking, holy crap, that's a lot of makeup. I have never been able to do my highlight and contouring stuff like that, all with one sponge with a whole bunch of it. Like, how in the hell did they get that done without it looking like a muddy mess? I have no idea, so don't ask me. Okay, so this is my contour brush. I like it because it's like a dome and it kind of has like a rounded edge, so it makes it very easy to blend, and I don't generally get a really stark line. It's also very dense bristles. Okay, so a denser brush will give you a more blended look. Think of it like a picture. If you take a low quality picture and you blow it up really high, it looks all pixelated and grainy. So if you use a brush that looks pixelated and grainy, when you look at the top of it, your makeup is going to look pixelated and grainy as well, my opinion, my personal experience. So I like to use one that is dense bristles. Now, I bought these on Amazon. Really, if you're out at Winners or Marshalls or Walmart, anywhere that sells brushes, Winners and Marshalls has really great pro brushes for discounted prices. I mean, that's their gig, right? That's their game. So those kinds are really great. Let me see. I don't have, see this brush? I wouldn't like this brush too much. It has longer bristles and it's not quite as dense. This one I like better for powder. But we don't have very many. We only have one powdered product. So I tend to like the more dense bristles. You can use a shape like this, where it's a little bit more pointed if you want to be a little bit more precise with where you're putting it. Okay. These were all came in a package off of Amazon. I paid like $22, I think, for a whole bunch of them. And I have several sets of them because when I do makeup on other people, I need a whole bunch of them. Like if I do a wedding makeup or for girlfriends, or when I was doing my certificate, Sarah, who is watching, my bestie, she had a whole bunch of girlfriends over, and that's what I did all night. Everyone was drinking wine, including myself, and I spent, what is it, like 4.5 hours or something doing people's makeup. It was awesome. It was so helpful to help me get my my MUA, but that meant I had to have a lot of brushes because I didn't have time to clean them in between. Okay, so you can... What I like about these little tester sizes of the tinted moisturizer is that it has like a little lipstick one. So you can do some dots if you want to take it easy and practice. Or you can go and draw a line. Now I'm going to draw a line. Get my hair out of the way. I'm going to draw a line exactly where my brush handle was. Now usually I would do both sides at the same time, but in the interest of doing a tutorial, I'm going to very gently brush it so that it doesn't look like a line anymore. And then I'm going to feather it upwards. I want this to stay my skin color. I'm going to feather it upwards. Now, you'll also, if you search contour, kind of the standard rule, doesn't matter which face shape you are, generally speaking, is to make a 3, like a backwards 3 on your face, depending on which side. I don't very often do down here because it's very easy to make that line. You know, if you've ever been out somewhere and you look at someone, they have your makeup and you're like, ooh, they did not match that foundation to their face. If you go wrong with contour down here, which I should do it because I want to push this double chin to the back, but you can very easily make it too dark and then people are like, ew, your face looks dirty or something. If I was taking pictures like for a photo shoot or something for my face straight on, I would do it there because that would disappear entirely. But you know, I have a real life, I got stuff to do today and I don't really care that much about doing it there. Okay. I usually put what's left over in my brush into my hairline right here because I noticed this has been a point of contention for me for a while, thanks to hormones and such. I am losing my hair there. So when I get my hair colored, it looks better. But when I'm getting close to the time where my hair needs to be colored, it looks very bald. Now, in my 2-hour video yesterday, I noticed that my forehead looked like this big because my hairline is receding. Thanks, Dad. Pretty sure it's his fault. Maybe it might be my hormones and I'm just so tired of it. But I don't want that to be the first thing that people see. So I want to put darkness here. If it stays light and white like my scalp, ba-bing! It's like a big beacon. Hey, look, this is my bald spot. And I don't want that, right? So I'm going to put what's left over in my brush up there. So do you see it? It's not too crazy. It's not super dark, but it's added a little bit of dimension. I want to make it just a smidge darker right there. So I'm rubbing it in that line and then I'm feathering it upwards. So my face looks different. It's not huge. It's soft. But it does look different. So it's made my face a little bit more curvy. This side really just looks a little bit more chubby. Okay, so it really does make a difference. So let's do this side again. Kind of the top of my ear is my guideline, and then I'm going to kind of go down to the corner of my mouth. That's kind of the angle that I choose. You might want to make it more dramatic or less dramatic depending on the shape of your face. Okay, but really, unless you're a heart shape where your face naturally is turned up like this, you can pretty much do it like me. And if you have no idea what your face shape is, feel free to post a selfie with your face straight on in the comments, or you can private message me, and I'll help you figure out what your face shape is. But people who have a heart-shaped face, they generally know it, okay, because it's like this, and everything on their face is turned up this way, naturally, okay? Now the lights in my bathroom are actually turned off, so I have to use my phone as my mirror because my bathroom is like black. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my hairline because I'm trying to do that 3, right? Well, part of a 3. And I'm gonna put what's left over in my hairline. If you have a really long face, like super skinny face and a long face, you're gonna want to put dark here and here, because it'll give your face the illusion that it's shorter. Okay, very simple, nothing too crazy. So then I'm going to add a little bit of blush. My favorite blushes to use are Toasted Rose and Terracotta. I wear terracotta when I'm wearing warm colors, and today I'm wearing cool colors. I'm wearing silver jewelry, that's cool. Gold is warm. And a blue-based purple. So that is cool. So I'm going to go with Toasted Rose. Now, when you get blush, and if it looks streaky like this, it's fine. It's just pigment that's stuck to the side. But I assure you that the product that is inside of it is good. Because when I squirt it out, I literally need the tiniest little dot. So there's my palette. That's how much I need. And my brush is going to soak up a little bit of that. So that's hardly nothing. But this is Toasted Rose. It's very beautiful, like neutral with a pinkish undertone. Now I'm going to use another dome brush. So this is my contour brush. It's a little slanted. And then this is my blush brush. I know them because one has a little bit of color in it and the other one is just the color of my tinted moisturizer, that deep tinted moisturizer. So I don't want to put this dot directly on my face because it'll dry too fast and it won't look blended. I want it to look soft and blended. I don't want to look like a mannequin. So I'm going to mash it around and I'm going to mush it into my bristles so that when I dot it on my face, it's going to give me a soft, do you see? Blush here, no blush here. So it just gives me the softest of glows. Now I'm putting it on my cheeks and I'm gonna blend it straight this way so that I can kind of intersect my contour. I'm gonna draw you a picture in a minute. So we use a very little bit. If you wanted to do just a more dramatic blush instead of doing like all this contour with different colors, you could very easily just use your blush color and sweep it up towards the corner of your ear. It's just a more dramatic blush look, but it could very easily be a simple, natural contour. Okay, get my piece of paper. Okay, so this is your face. Well, it's my face. And I've put I'm a terrible artist. Okay, this is your face. You've put your contour here. You've made sure it doesn't go past your eye, right? Your iris. And then blush, you're putting this is really bad. This is your nose. And then you're putting your blush on the apples of your cheeks and you're kind of intersecting it. So you're putting your contour this way and you're putting your blush this way, so that where it meets in the middle, it looks blended. So it goes from pink to kind of brown. Pink to brown, right? That's it. I look different. It just kind of finishes off the look. Okay, that's it. So let me know how you do with the contour. If you do contour already, let me know which of your SeneGence products, which SeneGence product is your favorite and the color. Maybe that would help someone else choose and decide which color would be right for them. If you're interested in, what the is happening here? If you're interested in a one-on-one makeup consultation, I really love to do these where I do half of your face, or I do it step by step. Here, this is how you put foundation on, and then you do the other side. We'll share, we will have a cup of coffee or a glass of tea or some water or a glass of wine or whatever. You can come on over, or I can come visit you. I'll bring all my stuff, show you, help you choose some brushes, show you which brushes to use, and the techniques that work specifically for your the look that you're wanting to achieve. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Feel free to share if you like. Bye now.